creators of Huntrix may have been hiding a second Zoe right in front of us, and if that's true, it changes everything we know about Ginu. This lost twin is hinted at through matching dances, repeated movements, and a powerful bloodline that connects both humans and demons. From the hidden clues to crazy backstories, here's what the movie quietly left behind. On the surface, Zoe seems like the innocent sweetheart of the group. But according to the creators, that's exactly the disguise. If you look closely, the movie quietly plants clues that Zoe isn't who she appears to be. Right at the beginning, when the girls jump from the plane, Zoe makes a very specific gesture, a half-heart pose, hand pressed against her cheek. It looks cute, harmless even. But later in the film, baby Saja makes the same pose. Same hand, same angle. That might sound like a coincidence. Except Rumi and Mira never do it. And in K-pop Demon Hunters, nothing happens by mistake. And it doesn't stop there. Zoe mirrors the Saja boys in other ways too. During the Idol Awards rehearsal, Rumi and Mira move in perfect sync. Zoe doesn't. Instead, she suddenly breaks into this strange, open-arm, claw-like pose that feels completely out of place. Then, on stage, the Saja boys perform that same move. So why is Zoe sharing choreography with demons? That brings us to the next clue. The film opens with demon hunters saving a village, rescuing a mother and her young daughter from a demon attack. At first, it seems like a simple heroic moment, but pause and look closely. Later, when we see Ginu's memories through flashbacks, his mother and sister are identical to that woman and child from the opening scene. Same faces, same designs. This wasn't random. It was a deliberate Easter egg revealing that Ginu's family didn't die. They survived. But then things get even stranger. After a hunter saves Ginu's little sister, the mother approaches with her child. The hunter reaches out and pours her spirit into the girl. The child's chest begins to glow blue, as if she's being transformed into a hunter herself, which leads to one of the film's biggest hidden revelations. Look at Ginu's little sister. Now, look at present-day Zoe. Same face, same eyes. Zoe isn't just connected to her, she is her, both descendant and reincarnation. When you really look at it, it makes sense that Ginu's sister will want to come back in the future to bring retribution to the demons that took her brother away from her. Plus, the resemblance is extremely close not to be noteworthy. Zoe might be related to Ginu, and the movie has been hiding that secret. And then there's the next clue. In Golden, Zoe sings the line, "I lived 2 lives, tried to play both sides." At first, it sounds obvious. We assume she's talking about growing up between the US and Korea, cultural identity, idol pressure, the usual explanation. But according to insiders, that's not what the line is really about. Both sides isn't geography, it's morality, good and evil, human and demon. Because Zoe, just like Rumi, was secretly half demon the entire time. And once you see it, everything clicks. Her mirrored movements with the Saja boys, the strange choreography, the demon tiger hoodie. None of it was random. Zoe wasn't just close to the Saja boys, she was connected to them. And more importantly, connected to Ginu. But the biggest secret of all, the final puzzle piece, is this. One of the strangest things about K-pop Demon Hunters is how little we know about Zoe's family. Every other main character gets some kind of background, where they come from, who raised them, or what shaped them. Zoe doesn't. We never see her parents. No flashbacks, no explanations. In a story where bloodlines and legacy clearly matter, that feels intentional. That missing information opens the door to a big theory. Zoe has a twin sister, and both of them come from Ginu's lineage. But here's where it gets even more interesting. What if Zoe isn't just a twin? What if she's the wrong twin in the right story? In other words, Zoe is the visible sister, raised in the human world, while her hidden twin grew up on the demon side, possibly even closer to the Saja boys and Ginu's lost legacy than Zoe herself. Suddenly, all of Zoe's strange, out-of-sync moments stop looking like simple demon foreshadowing and start feeling like interference from another life. The half-heart pose, the Saja-style choreography, the way she instinctively mirrors demon movements. Those aren't just clues that Zoe is half-demon. They read like echoes, as if she's unconsciously syncing with a twin living the opposite life on the other side of the war. That would mean I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, isn't just metaphor or identity talk. It's literal. Zoe only remembers one life, but emotionally, she's carrying two. Her own, and the shadow life of a sister she's never met. Her talent, her instincts, even her pull toward the Saja boys wouldn't just come from her bloodline. They'd be psychic bleed-through from a twin who inherited the darker half of Ginu's legacy. The movie makes it very clear that certain powers aren't random. Ginu's voice isn't just good singing. It's powerful enough to fight demons and break spiritual control. That kind of ability isn't learned overnight. It's something you're born with. The story treats music like a family trait, not a hobby. Now look at Zoe. Her talent is on the same level. She doesn't struggle to sing or perform. It comes naturally to her. That mirrors Ginu almost perfectly. When two characters share the same rare ability in a movie this intentional, it's usually because they're related. This is where the twin idea matters. In Ginu's flashbacks, the child we see looks way too similar to Zoe to be a coincidence. Same face shape, same eyes, same calm expression. But instead of saying Zoe is that child reborn, it makes more sense that Zoe and another girl are twins, both carrying the same bloodline. That would explain why the resemblance feels strong but not exact. It also explains why Zoe's story feels unfinished. She always seems like there's something missing, like she's only part of a bigger picture. In a series that constantly talks about two sides, balance, and duality, twins fit perfectly. One legacy, split into two people. And remember, this franchise loves holding back big reveals for sequels. The creators have already said darker twists were saved on purpose. A hidden twin connected to Ginu's bloodline is exactly the kind of reveal that would be saved for later. If this theory is true, it changes Huntrix completely. The group wouldn't just be demon hunters anymore. They'd be walking proof that the line between demon and human isn't clear. Zoe and her twin would represent two paths from the same origin, shaped by different lives and choices. That doesn't mean one of them has to be evil. Ginu already proved that demons can be good. The real question isn't who's the villain. It's what happens when power is inherited and split in two. When you look at it this way, the theory doesn't feel random. It fills in the gaps the movie leaves behind. Zoe's missing family, her natural talent, the visual similarities, the focus on bloodlines. Zoe's story was never meant to be complete on its own. It was always only half of the story. So if you're like us, counting the days until the sequel drops, click the video on screen now. We've got all the juiciest K-pop Demon Hunters tea straight from an inside source. That's all we can say for now. Until next time, stay tuned and stay ready, and thanks for watching. We really appreciate you.